into my segments. If I go back to the dashboard, what I see by default whenever I log into Google Analytics is it says advanced segments, all visits. I can see all of the visits that come in. There's no filter applied to them. But when I drop that down, I can go in and I can switch on my visits from Nottingham segment, the segment that I've created. I can customize as many of these segments as I like. I can save. So if I'm interested in information just from the UK, I could create a segment that only shows me visits from the UK. It doesn't show me visits from anywhere else. I can do the same thing if you've got an international site. You can say, well, I'll set up an advanced segment just for the UK, an advanced segment for Spain, an advanced segment for Italy, and then I can go in to my dashboard and I can switch on in my advanced segments the different views that I want to see. So I can say, well, here I might have my visits from Italy, Spain, UK. I can switch them on and I can switch them off, so I can combine these stats so I can get different views of my data. So the kind of thing you also might want to do is you might want to filter out only completions. You're not interested in all of the other traffic. You only want to see your goal completions. So you can have a view that shows you just the goal completions. You're not looking at all of the other traffic. You're seeing just the goal completions. The nice thing as well is that when you do this, is that all of these other links are also related to just your segments that you're looking at. So if you want to see, for example, I look at all of my goals that were converted. It will lay out all of my converted goals on the dashboard. I can then say, well, I want to see the keywords associated with just the converted goals. I don't care about the stuff that didn't convert. I want to see just the keywords. I want to see the top content just for the converted goals, not for the rest. And the advanced segments allow me to go in and create specific views that I can then run my reports on. And then finally we have custom reporting. Custom reporting is a little bit like advanced segments, but custom reporting allows me to actually customize the way that Google shows us the information and allows me to then drill down into that information. So if I pop into custom reports, get it from there, and I choose to create a custom report, you'll notice that looks kind of like the advanced segmentation. I can do the same sort of thing here. I can go in and say, well, I'm interested in knowing how many visitors we get. Or let's say I'm interested in knowing the new visitors that we get. And I can add new visitors to my report. I'm also interested in knowing the city that they come from. So I want to know new visitors, I want to know what city they come from, and once I know what city they come from, I also want to then be able to drill down to know where they came from. So did they come from a search, or did they come directly in? I want to know exactly how they got to us. So I'm going to go and find my source, drag it in, and I'm now saying, well, I'm looking for visits, new visits, city, and then the source. Going to create that. Could have done a preview. Create as report. I've got my advanced segmentation on. So now the custom reports even works with the advanced segmentation. So I'm only seeing Nottingham because I've done that with my advanced segmentation. I'm going to switch that one off. Show me all visits. And now what it does, it shows me all the new visitors. So it's 642 new visits in this time period across 172 cities. I'm seeing the top new visits are from London, then Nottingham, then Birmingham, then Beeston. If I click into Nottingham, I've configured the source as well. So it will tell me where they've come from. I can see, well, 70 of my new visits come from Google, from search. 25 come from directly typing in our web address, so know the address, accesscenter.com. And then 1, there's a couple of ones that come in. So a large majority of our traffic comes from search. But we can create reports that go as deep as we need them to go in the stats, with the stats that we have. One of the other things that I think is becoming also quite useful is when we're looking at our sites, So you can actually see what percentage of those of you that are a little bit more techie, looking at your browser capabilities and what browsers your users are using. Always important for developers to know what their customers are actually using. In the mobile section, there's also mobile devices now, so you can actually tell when a user uses an iPhone or an iPod or a device like that, and even what their mobile operator is. So kind of which network they're on. You can go down that far nowadays as well. So yeah, it's mad. Would you ever need it? Yes, you would if you are developing mobile applications. So that information's there for us as well. Have a look at these 5 actions, especially the last 2. Make sure, especially the last one actually, make sure that you set yourself a regular schedule to actually go into Google Analytics and look at the data, get yourself familiar with the data, and then decide what that data actually means for your site.
Should we embarrass Bjorn by giving him a clap? Come on.